Why, hello there. It's been a while, almost 2 months. A lot of stuff has happened, and I've had a video ready. It's actually going to be coming out next, but it is what it is. I've been busy as hell. First, a lot of collections were coming in, and we went to Houston for Hell's Heroes. Pretty awesome. Handed out a bunch of these Powermonger tapes to a bunch of wicked bands. Saxon was killer. We even threw a tape on stage for the vocalist there, Biff Byford, and he read the name on stage, so pretty killer stuff. And yeah, it's just been busy. And then we got back, and I went to Down and Danzig in Seattle. We took the train down, and I got kicked out of Down for smoking weed during the song Bury Me in Smoke. Guy was a dickhead. What are you going to do? And I didn't get to see Danzig, so I've seen him before, but it is what it is. And then after that, we did the P&E convention. Usually I do a video leading into that, but these are kind of time consuming, and I don't think every collection is worth a video these days. So it is what it is. And yeah, and back when we got back from Seattle, we got really sick and for about 2 weeks. And then yeah, the P&E, and then so I've just been hammering it through, and then all this tariff stuff and border crossings and other crap and Canadian election. There's a lot going on, but anyways, I'm not going to bog you down with any of that crap any further. So the first thing that we're, because I like to start these because I'm always buying action figures. I'm obsessed with G.I. Joe now. Yeah. It actually started, there's this guy's video where he was talking about the comics versus the TV show. I'd watched the TV show. G.I. Joe was a bit before my time. I was born in 1990, so it was already kind of gone. It was never on TV that I remember anyways, on Saturday mornings. But I started reading the comics. I got it off of, there's this guy, I bought stuff off him before, that one collection of all keys. And yeah, so I went and bought his entire G.I. Joe collection, 1 to 155. And so that was a good pickup. And yeah, so I've been reading that. If you've never read the G.I. Joe comics, I highly recommend. Even if you're not a big G.I. Joe fan, I'm around issue 50 right now. My fuck is it good. It's Larry Hama was actually like a Vietnam vet, so he actually has a lot of like military jargon, and like, yeah, it's just a lot more realistic than the laser shooting show. Like, people die. Issue 19, woo! Yeah, people be dying. And yeah, like cobras die. Like fucking, they get shot and they're dead, and they get chopped and they're dead, and there's like explosions and people are dead, and it's like generals, no one's safe. It's pretty damn good. So, and that leads me to my first book here. So I didn't get this graded, but I'm going to regrade it. So this is not the first Snake Eyes, but it is the first appearance of Storm Shadow, which is the White Ninja. Oh, and also before I get into this, I've been completely obsessed with these vintage G.I. Joes. I found the Cobra Commander, and that's kind of what started this whole thing. But yeah, pretty awesome. I love them. But yeah, so I got this. So it's a newsstand. This book, this is bigger. 155 is a big book too, but this is more expensive than #1. See right there? I used to have that in a 9.8. But this, I think the normal version is $2,000 US. This one is like $6,000, the newsstand. And I'm like, so I just wanted one after, this is one of the greatest comic issues ever. It's just awesome. There's not a, if you don't know anything about it, there's no spoken words, just comic panels. And I think the inside art was actually drawn by Larry Hama. As far as I know, he didn't do a lot of inside art. I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of the covers, not this one in particular, but going forward, are all Mike Zeck covers. Mike Zeck is probably in my top 3. He might even be my favorite, because some of those Punisher magazine covers are all around my house. But anyways, so this was a super hard graded book, a 9.0 of this. I got this for $150 shipped, newsstand obviously. And the only thing is a little tick in this corner. They said there was some spine damage. There's a couple dents, but nothing breaks color. So this is an easy 9.6. And if you get the right grader on the right day, it might even be a 9.8. Which brings me to my next point. I'm doing a little experiment. So I had about 70 books, and I literally took the best 50 and I sent them all in, and that is what this collection is, apart from the first 2 books I'm going to show you here. And yeah, and I was just like, really? So there is about, I don't know, 50 or 30 return books, like 31 return books. So literally, I'm not even going to press and clean them. I'm just going to put them in new bags, and I'm going to ship them back for another 9.8 pre-screen. And we're going to see how many of those hit. Yeah, it could be a really stupid, costly thing to do, but it could also be kind of fun. So let's get into, we're going to start with the big boy. So this is the most expensive book I've ever owned. Hulk 181, you've seen this before. It was a 9.2 before, now, and then it went down to a 9.0 after I got my buddy Eric to press it. We even cleaned it a little bit, and then I gave it another press, sent it in, so we're back to the 9.2. So I'm just going to leave it at a 9.2, but I think it could be anywhere 9.4, 9, because there's really nothing too big about it, but what are you going to do? I think it's about $8,000 US right now. So those ones, these two big boys, I don't really want to sell these on eBay. Sometimes with the bigger stuff, I put them on eBay for like a dumb price, hoping someone will contact me off of eBay so we can actually make a deal. So we'll take a look at that. So this one was a special one. This is from that Iron Man collection. Nothing else in that collection was even close to a 9.8, but this one is still on the cusp of a 9.6 to a 9.8. There's just a little bit of like a very small amount of, I don't know, like a finger bend that breaks color. So, but fun story, I think I mentioned this before, but someone put a massive finger bend in the bottom here when we sent this in, and it got a 9.0. So I turned that from a 9.0 into a 9.6. Fucking CGC, man. You gotta be careful with those guys. So I think that one's about $4,000. Yeah, the 9.8's like, I think 8 or 10 grand. So that's the thing with these bigger books, man. Okay, and this was a 9.2, and I was like, that's not a 9.2. I literally just gave it a quick press and sent it in, and here we are. It's not a 9.2, it's a 9.8. So I've wanted that one for a while. Such a classic cover. All right, and here's one you got to kind of know. Like, it's just like the normal one is worth about $100, but this is a second printing, so I think it's about 800 US on this one. So pretty cool cover, I guess. I'm not a big Miles Morales fan, but I know some of you guys are. So if you want to buy it, let me know. That's why I kind of bumped this video up, because I still have my X-Men 1 video to do, but I want to kind of give you guys first dibs on this, because some of the stuff might go kind of quick. Okay, and now we're kind of, those were the big books. So now we got so pretty much I don't grade anything that's like not over 100 US. So I think this one's like 110. Fifth printing, Del Auto. Pretty cool cover. Yeah, pretty much just got it graded because of the cover. That's what you got to do. Okay, and now we got the first appearance of Gore the God Butcher. I guess I should have taken the other ones out of the things too, but I might have. So there's that one. I'm not really sure on the pricing of a lot of this stuff. I think most of them are around 100, 120 or something. Yeah, the first appearance of Miles Morales, but the second print. And the cover variant too. Second print cover variant, because, yeah. So this one, they actually didn't list anything, but I think it's the first appearance of the new Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it's about 150, but they don't list anything there. Fucking slackers. Too busy dropping books, overgrading and undergrading. So here's one you never see. It's like an 80s show, I think. Visionaries. I don't know, but it's a newsstand. That's why I got it graded. Visionaries 1, newsstand. And then I actually thought this one was more valuable, but it's really not, which is kind of weird because it's from 1979. But Man Thing 1, normal one's not quite worth grading, but the newsstand, which this one is. Even though back in 1979, I think a direct would even been rarer than a newsstand. But yeah, always get a lot of these in, but they always move quick. Killing Joke 1, awesome cover. Okay, now we got 2 of these. So I was holding off on these for a while, the Toxic Avenger, because the show was coming out, or the movie came out, and it looked like it was coming out. It had a Cannes screening or whatever, and then it just development hell, and then now apparently it's coming out. So it's kind of crazy because what's his face, fucking Tyrion Lannister is playing Toxie. What the fuck is that guy's name? Peter Dinklage, the guy that says that dwarves should not be in dwarf roles, and then it takes all the dwarf roles. The reason why there was no actual actors playing the dwarves in Snow White. What a wonderful human. Okay, Toxic Avengers again, #1. So, yeah. And then this one's just on the cusp of not grading, but, you know, why not? Simpsons. #1. Yeah, there's also the alternate cover on the back. That's a cool thing about a lot of those Simpsons comics. Remember when this was like a $1,600 book because people got really dumb during the pandemic? I think it's like $150 now, but first, Dr. Aphra. I still don't know who that is or why I should care. But I don't. Thor 137. First, Beta Ray Bob. Beta Ray Bill. I just said Beta Ray Bob to trigger somebody. I'm sure I did for that moment. Okay, Infinite Crisis #3. Alexander Luthor revealed as Secret Society Lex Luthor. Atlantis destroyed, Paradise Island goes into hiding. That's like a key collector one. They can't put first appearance of the new Guardians of the Galaxy on that, but they can put all that info on this. So, yeah, it's just a Jim Lee cover, I think is why, because the normal one's not really worth grading. But that's the Jim Lee variant. And then, yeah, this one's not a Jim Lee variant, but it's a, I'm pretty sure it is a variant. Oh, no, maybe not. Yeah, Infinite Crisis 5. 2 different covers exist, one by George Perez and one by Jim Lee. First appearance of the new Blue Beetle. There you go. They said it better than I could. And here's something I really can't find any sales data for, but I thought it was cool. And it's a variant cover. I didn't even know. Are you sure it's a variant cover? I don't know. DC Universe Online Legends 1. I'm sure someone out there who loved that game and played it and might want to purchase that off. Here's a cool one. Spawn. Medieval Spawn Witchblade #1. Yeah, but it's the gold edition. ETM Gold Edition. I don't know what the ETM stands for. First appearance of the Darkness Power. Centerfold pinup by Mark Silvestri. Wonderful. And then, it's kind of funny, Angela 1 is not worth grading. And I think there was something off about mine, so I didn't get it graded anyways. But I got Angela 2 and Angela 3 here. For any of you massive Angela fans out here. That's a pretty cool cover, though. Her and Spawn. Greg Capullo cover. And this one's also a Greg Capullo cover. So, just a little quick one today for you. And, yeah. Good to be back. No, well, not that I ever left, but, you know, just haven't posted one of these videos. I still post shorts and everything, so. But yeah, again, everything on eBay, that's just kind of like, you know, you can take 10, sometimes 15% off that if you find me on Instagram or whatever else, Facebook even. I don't have a lot of sales on Facebook. Kind of sucks on there. But yeah, auctions every Monday. And just to clarify, I take stuff to the auction house. I don't own the auction house. I'm not affiliated with them. I don't ship stuff out or take payments, because sometimes I get people asking me why this happened or whatever. I'll do what I can to help you, but I don't work there. So, but anyways, every Monday, that's pretty much where I take all my raw sales, just because I got not enough time. Too much stuff to do, not enough time. New Witch's Hammer album is almost done, ready for recording. Assimilation, 3rd album, ready to be fucking released. And this Powermonger project is kind of moving forward. We got those demo tapes out, but it's only going to be on a demo tape, never on the internet. So, doing what I can. And my cat's looking at me. I don't know if I can attempt to grab him without him running. He'll probably run. See? It's your favorite. Don't look so perturbed. You want to say goodbye to everybody? Or you just want to try and escape? Okay, bye.